We're here from Clearwater, Florida, home of the Phillies Spring Training Camp. And we're here with the newest member of the Phillies Major League training staff, Chris Mudd. Chris, congratulations, man.
Thank you very much, Doc.
It's Chris was with us for the last couple of years at Lehigh Valley in AAA. He was with AA before that, and this has been kind of a rise up. It's been great going through the ranks.
It has been. This is my 12th year with the organization. Started off in a short season, rookie ball in Batavia, New York, and has progressed to the minor leagues just like a player does.
So, and a lot more responsibilities. And then there's some less responsibilities that you don't have to do for the whole club.
A little bit less, yeah.
So tell me about it. I mean, tell me about how it feels. Has it hit yet? I mean,
no, I was telling my wife and family, it really has not hit yet. This is a typical spring training for me, Major League camp. Going through the normal routine and stuff. But this year, instead of me driving to Allentown, April the 2nd, I will be able to get on the team charter with the Major League club and fly up to Philadelphia. So that's when I believe it will probably sink in, right when those doors close.
That and missing all the bus trips everywhere and
no more bus trips. No more bus trips. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Your biggest bus trip, maybe going from the hotel in New York City to City Park.
From what I've been told, the only bus right now is from Philadelphia to New York City. So
that's not bad.
I'm looking forward to a 2-hour trip.
That's not bad at all.
No.
So we're here. We're doing this for Athletic Trainers Month, National Athletic Trainers Month. The month of March is when we kind of celebrate the profession, and I know you're a real big advocate for the profession. It's a real medical profession, and there's a lot of misconceptions out there about the profession. I wanted to tell people about what it takes to really not only do what you do, because you're at kind of getting towards that pinnacle, which is phenomenal, but really from the start, what it takes.
It's athletic training has always been a passion of mine. Actually, I met my wife through athletic training. We were both graduates of Western Kentucky University, and she's also a certified athletic trainer. But we're medical professionals. We're usually on the first on scene during an injury, either with it during practice or a sporting event. And we're kind of the go-between the doctor and the parents and the coaches. And, it's different from the high school level to the collegiate level. You don't necessarily have to deal with parents as much, but you still have to deal with the athlete and the coaches and stuff like that. And we also take care of not just the initial injury, but also the care of the athlete through the rehabilitation process and going through until they get back on the field 100%. And, one thing I have learned in the 14 years of being certified is that, an ankle sprain on one gentleman is not the same ankle sprain on another gentleman. It may be the same injury diagnosis, but as far as rehabilitation, progression, recovery rate, it's totally different.
Now, obviously, you've been in baseball for a lot of years, and but there's a difference between sport to sport, and something's very unique about taking care of the baseball player when compared to some of the collision sports or other sports like basketball, hockey, such. So why don't you go over that a little bit?
The uniqueness of it would have to be a lot of these guys, from high school level, they have a short season, and then some of them will play summer ball and stuff like that. But a lot of times at the high school level, some of them will play multiple sports, so they're not playing year round. But as you get to the college ranks, you have the college season, then you have the wooden bat season. And then you may have the Alaskan League, so they're pretty much playing year-round. They're going to showcases and stuff like that, trying to get noticed by the scouts. Now, when you get to the professional ranks, the Major League team plays 162 games. Your upper-level minor league plays 142 games. And then a lot of these guys, too, after that long season of wear and tear, they'll go play winter ball from either October to January, and then spring training rolls around in February. So there's not a lot of downtime, so they really have to learn their bodies, learn what months they need to take off, and how to recover, and the importance of nutrition and rest. And a lot of times in high school and college, the kids don't realize that. Not until they get to the professional ranks and realize this is a full-time job. And that's when they start realizing that I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't do what I did in high school. I can't do what I did in college. And they really kind of pinpoint their routine and get into a maintenance program, whether it's in the season and in an off season.
What's amazing is, as you kind of referred to, is the length of even the normal season is you may not be putting your body into that constant injury mode or there's not a lot of there are some, obviously there's some contact injuries, some bad injuries, but a lot of it is overuse injuries, just attritional injuries and things like that. And like you said, if you have no recovery, so you have to get your recovery when you can.
You have to, and it's kind of hard because in the minor leagues you travel mostly, in an international league where the Iron Pigs are, you travel mostly by bus. The Pacific Coast League, you have a lot of flights, but they're red-eye flights. So you're getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, getting on a plane, traveling to another city. Where the International League is, you're traveling, but you may travel 8 to 10 hours, and that's after a game where you're at the ballpark for 8 hours, and then you got to try to cram into a little seat and get a good night's sleep. And then some of the food on the road is not the best as far as nutritional value, but that's where you have to learn what you need to do and take advantage of what you can. And because it is, it's a marathon, as they say. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint.
So in 13 years or 14 years that you've been doing it in this level, I guess I've seen it, I'm sure you've seen it. I think the guys take it a lot more seriously now as far as their nutrition and their health. You're seeing a trend, I really think, where guys are taking really good care of themselves.
Over the years, absolutely. My first year was 2004, and throughout the years, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, there's a lot of teams are developing nutritionists, or not nutrition, but dietitians, team dietitians that will come in and help the clubhouse managers plan the food and give the guys ideas of what to eat on the road. The lower levels in the smaller towns, you don't have very many options besides maybe a Subway or McDonald's and stuff like that, and then you do in the larger cities. But it gives you an option on what they need to eat, and they are a lot more health conscious players, and they actually can tell the difference as far as their sleep habits and how their body responds, especially if you have an everyday player that's playing 9 innings and starter, and he's getting more wear and tear, and he's looking for that one day off on that day game. That nutrition is a big part, and they realize after the game what they need to put in their body versus what they don't need to consume, and it will help them recover.
Having worked with, I've been fortunate enough to work with several different organizations and several different sports. I really see that the Philadelphia Phillies organization really takes this stuff really seriously, and they really seem to be on top of it, maybe even ahead of the curve when it comes to some other teams and some other sports.
It's been that way from day one with me, and I believe that it all kind of started with Jeff Cooper, our longtime head athletic trainer, and it's kind of carried on with Scott Sheridan, our current head athletic trainer. That's one of the things. I internship prior to joining the Phillies. I internship with 3 other organizations, and each organization has their own philosophies. And throughout friendships in baseball, former athletic trainers that's worked in various organizations, there's a lot of envy, in my opinion, to this organization because that we try to stay ahead of the curve, and a lot of the stuff that we do is all is research based. We believe a lot in lit reviews and continuing education, and the organization has been great on providing athletic trainers conferences to go to, allowing us to get different certifications, whether it's Graston, ART, corrective exercise specialist. They're very into continuing our education and using each day as a learning opportunity and trying to progress, because as these athletes get, they come into the professional ranks and they're going to their hometowns and they're working with different people, they're experiencing new things too. And medicine changes every day as far as your rehabilitation and treatment techniques.
I tell you, one of my favorite things to see when you guys are down here is the fact that there's trainers from the whole organization, and you really take time to teach each other. Whatever one guy learns, he's been to a course that gets fed to the other guys, and it's I was watching today treatment of one of the guys, and Scotty Sheridan, head trainer, was doing some manipulation, mobilization techniques. Everybody's around the table, and what's also good about it, you can tell the players are used to being in that kind of environment because they're fine with it. They're it doesn't matter who they are, it's star or the minor leaguer. They're really fine with it, and they know it's only going to help them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been that way from day one. And that's the point that Coop and then Scott have emphasized. Like I said, take every day as a learning opportunity. What I know, another athletic trainer may not know. So if you got 5 or 10 minutes, you kind of throw stuff off each other and stuff like that. And during the off season, we'll go to different courses, but then we'll come back during spring training because this is the only opportunity really that we all are together. And we'll use that time to brainstorm and come up with and practice different techniques and stuff like that. So, it's always, anytime you get a chance to talk to Coop or to watch Scott work, he's not, this is his, I believe this is his 9th year in the major leagues, and he's also a physical therapist, and, it's everybody around here is great. I mean, you got our rehab coordinator is knowledgeable, and it just from different areas. It's just there's a lot of learning opportunities.
Well, I'll tell you from my standpoint as one of the team docs, and I've been saying this for my whole career. I learn as much from the athletic trainers as I learn from anybody, because you guys are with them every day. You guys are really the nuances of taking care of these guys has only helped me as a physician and as a diagnostician. And what I think people don't realize out there is, you guys are medical professional. You have to go through a college degree to get this. You have to be certified every 2 years. Mm-hmm. It's not, I always get, and that's why I always emphasize the term athletic trainer, because I don't want to think, a sports conditioning guy, even though you guys do that and some of you guys are certified in it, but that's not what you are. You guys are a true medical professional, people that really are in the front line of taking care of all our athletes. And again, most of my practice is really college and high school, though I get the opportunity to do this as well. And you guys do a great job, and I'm proud to be kind of part of the same team that you guys are on. And that's why we love to celebrate March as National Athletic Trainers Month. So
it's a great, like I said, it's a great profession for anybody to get in there. And cut that right there. Yeah. Athletic training is a great profession for anyone that's interested to get into it. What drove me towards it was being around the sports, being around athletes, and being around that setting. You're in a clinical setting, and then you're out on the field. You're like in the front lines, and you're on the sidelines, and you get to experience that. And then just not orthopedics, evaluations. You got nutrition, rehabilitation, exercise. You're trained in emergency medicine. I mean, it's a
great background for kind of a lot of different, you could, as you said, you go into physical therapy, you could go into medical school, physician assistant school. There's something, you could go into business, sports management, those kind of things. It's just a great background for so many things. And, the guys that make it as far along as you have, the love for it is obvious. So I want to thank everything that you do.
I want to thank you.
I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you, man.
I want to thank you. It's one thing I can say is all the affiliates I've worked with, we've had great doctors, and I've learned as much from you all as I have everywhere. And I consider everybody to be a mentor. And like I said, you always surround yourself by mentors. And I'm never afraid to ask a question that I don't know, and you can't be.
That's absolutely, that's where you learn.
Even if you think it's a ridiculous question, you can't be afraid to ask a question and try to soak up as much knowledge. So, I appreciate the 3 years I've spent with you in Lehigh Valley working one-on-one, and then throughout the years getting to know you down here in spring training.
Well, it's great. I'm proud of you. I'm happy you made it up there, and I know it's just one stop as you keep going forward.
One stop. Man. I got some more goals to accomplish, but it's just one. I worked hard for it, and hopefully it'll pay off.
Well, thanks for listening. For all the trainers out there, really happy National Trainers Association Month. And it's not just 1 month; it's all year round. And for all your parents out there that your sons and daughters being taking care of these kids, you just got to respect these guys. You gotta really appreciate what they do out there, because their sole purpose is taking care of your kids. So let's remember that as we go. And and be real polite and respectful to these guys because they deserve every bit of it. So thanks, and thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Doc.